The rain has come and gone here at the Lady Cougar softball complex, and Grayson County is looking to take on a out-of-region opponent from the 4th region in the Bowling Green Lady Purples. Grayson County split games on Saturday, lost a heartbreaker on Friday. Now going to turn the attention to try and take down the Purples of Bowling Green. Comes up next here on K105. And a good evening and welcome here to the Grayson County High School for tonight's out-of-region matchup between the Grayson County Lady Cougars and the Bowling Green Lady Purples. Sam Wormley with you tonight. We appreciate you taking the time to tune into our coverage. As I know, when I looked at this forecast about a week ago, it looked like we were potentially having a threat of rain, but no threat of rain potentially. As I know later on in the evening there might be a little chance, but we're thinking sunny thoughts right now for Grayson County. Had a heartbreaker on Friday against Leitchfield Trinity, losing in their first extra inning game in almost 5 years. But tonight, Grayson County is turning their attention towards a Bowling Green team that, when you look at record-wise, 2-11, you're thinking, oh, well, this could be potentially a easier opponent. Well, when you look at 2-11, but you see their 11 losses have all come to, as Ted Hill, Grayson County Lady Cougar softball head coach, told me before the game, murderer's row. That cannot tell you as much about a team. I mean, when you look at the team losses come to teams like Butler County, Meade County, Warren East, South Warren, Barron County, and Greenwood, that can't tell you as much about an opponent. Grayson County and Bowling Green getting closer and closer to getting underway, as we'll try to get you some starting lineups and introduce you to both teams coming up. This is Grayson County Lady Cougar softball on K105. Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Grayson County Lady Cougars are looking to take on the Lady Purples of Bowling Green. Lady Purples enter with a record of 2-11, 0-4 in the 14th district. But again, like we had mentioned just a few minutes ago, they have played an incredibly difficult schedule, as their wins on the season came against Franklin Simpson, where it looks like a little bit of a game of football broke out, as the final score of that one was 16-12. A lot of runs in that game. And then they won their last time out on Saturday against Webster County by a final score of 15-0. For Bowling Green, their losses have come against some very, very good teams. Greenwood, South Warren, Warren East, traditional powers from that 14th district, including some other really good teams that Grayson County knows a lot about this year. Allen County, Scottsville, Butler County, and Meade County are some of their other losses when you look up and down this schedule for the Lady Purples. Their leading averages to keep an eye on tonight: Cassidy Mason leads the way with a .476 average. She's 10 for 21 in the stats posted at the KHSAA website. Kendall White, tied for 14th in the state with 4 triples. So she shows some speed out there, hitting .313 with 7 runs batted in and a double in those 4 triples. So the extra base hits can be something that Bowling Green can hopefully turn into runs against a Grayson County team that has struggled at times so far this year. And we'll let you know a little bit more about them coming up. This is Lady Cougar Softball on K105. Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Grayson County Lady Cougars are getting closer and closer to getting underway. So it looks like we're going to have the national anthem, so we'll take one more break and have all the play-by-play next on Welcome back here to the Lady Cougar Softball Complex, where we are just about to get underway in Game 1 of our doubleheader. We're going to play 2 tonight, but the one thing about these 2 games is each one is only going to be 5 innings. So no matter what the score is, they're going to play 5 innings in this game, so it will not go the distance for this one. For Bowling Green, the Lady Purples, their starting lineup very quickly as we're getting closer to getting underway, goes Tanea Bailey, Kendall White, Cassidy Mason, Ella Noyce, Peyton Briley, Elizabeth Ritchie, Ava Bennett, Chloe Potter, and Allison Joyner. So it'll be Tanea Bailey to lead off for the Bowling Green Purples, and Audrey Killian is going to be the starting pitcher for the Lady Cougars. And the first pitch is a bunt right in front of the plate. Killian will throw down to first, and she's safe on an infield bunt for Tanea Bailey. And the Lady Purples have seen one pitch and already have a runner on base.
Up to bat for Bowling Green, number 1, White.
So it was a beautiful bunt right in front of the plate, and it's now going to go towards number 1, Kendall White. .313 average, again, tied for 14th in the state with those 4 triples coming into tonight's game as the runner is already on first. Killian's first pitch is fouled off down that third base line. For Grayson County defensively in left field, America Jarbo. In center, you've got Arissa Riggs. Lauren Stevenson will be the right fielder. Around the horn, Bratcher, Davis, Kuiper with Brianna Dennis at first. Behind the dish, it's going to be Autumn Riggs and Audrey Killian. Again, the sophomore is in the circle tonight for the Lady Cougars. The 0-1 pitch coming, bounces in the dirt, gets through the legs, and the runner was off Bailey, so she is going to reach second base on the wild pitch from Audrey Killian, and that'll move our count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. And the runner moves into scoring position immediately in this ball game. In the batter, Kendall White. Killian looks in to Autumn Riggs for the sign. The wind and the pitch is high for ball 1. Your umpires for tonight's game, Andy Thomason, pickoff attempt, and they got her caught down at second base, and they're just going to tag her, and she's out. Nice job by Autumn Riggs throwing down to second, and Annie Kuiper puts the tag on Bailey, and that's a way to get a runner out when she gets into scoring position with nobody out. So there's the first out in the inning. Again, if you're scoring with us, that will go 2-4 on the put out as Annie Kuiper put the tag down. So the 2 balls and 1 strike pitch now with 1 out in the inning is a foul ball. And DeMont Franklin, the head coach, almost made a nice play snagging that one down. But again, your umpires for tonight's game, Andy Thomason is going to be calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. And Granville Meredith is your umpire in the field in tonight's game. First base coach Brittany Vaughn, Lady Topper softball legend. Very, very good player for them. And again, DeMont Franklin is the head coach. He's coaching third tonight. So here comes the 2 balls and 2 strike pitch to Kendall White. In 1 down in the inning after the pickoff, and it hits her. And that's going to be a runner moving on to first base for Kendall White. And the lineup will now turn over to Cassidy Mason. Mason, number 16 on the season, leading the team with a .476 average. She's their best bat on this team so far. The runner at first is White. Killian's pitch is in the dirt. Nice stop by Riggs. The runner's off, and she's not going to have a play. So it bounces in there, and Ted Hill's going to take his time, and he's going to go out and have a quick conversation with his team right now. Is not the start that he wanted as that ball bounced in, and it's probably just one of these things that he's going out and talking to Audrey Killian saying, hey, let's just take a deep breath. Let's just keep things moving. It's still 0-0. You already got 1 out after a base running mistake and a nice play made defensively. Let's not turn this into a snowball effect. That's been the Lady Cougars' biggest weakness so far this year, is that 1 bad inning. It's kind of been the storyline, is that, you think back to the Meade County game that we were here doing, where I think it was something along the lines of 8 runs in an inning. You can't allow that to happen if you're wanting to, especially when, we've been talking that, district and region is weeks away. Now it's only coming up quick, as there's a pop fly in the infield. Addie Bratcher, the third baseman, catches that one. It is in foul territory, though. There's the second out of the inning. Nice job getting out of the, trying to get out of this one without any further damage after having the conversation. So it'll now turn to Ella Noyce for Bowling Green. She's the cleanup hitter. .242. She does have a triple, the lefty, in the batter's box. The wind of the pitch from Killian. The runner is in scoring position, and there's a little bloop shot into straightaway center, and there to snag it is Arissa Riggs for the final out of the inning. Bowling Green threatens, but no runs cross the plate. And through the first half of the inning, it's the Lady Purple 0, and the Lady Cougars are coming up. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Peyton Briley will be the starting pitcher for the Lady Purples in tonight's game. 18 innings pitched, 8 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a .583 ERA with a 1-2 record. For Grayson County, the starting lineup for them, it'll be Annie Kuiper, Addie Bratcher, Shelby Davis, Autumn Riggs, Audrey Killian, Arissa Riggs, Lauren Stevenson, America Jarbo, and Reagan Cave. Cave is going to be the designated player. And for her, it'll be Brianna Dennis in the field playing first base. Leading off again, Annie Kuiper for Grayson County. She's got a couple of dingers so far this year. In fact, last time we were here at the Lady Cougar softball complex, she homered against the Lady Raiders of Whitesville Trinity. And the first pitch from Briley is fouled off behind the plate for the first strike of the bottom of the first. Again, the Lady Cougars on Saturday split a pair of games, played at LaRue County, as they lost their first one of the morning to Collins by a final score of 9-3, but then came right back and defeated John Hardin in 4 innings by a final score of 12-0. Pitch goes high on the second one there to Annie Kuiper. That'll leave it up our count here at 1-1 strike. Kuiper quickly gets back into the box. The leadoff hitter's been swinging the bat very well over the past couple of games, and she grounds one underneath the glove of the first baseman, and the first runner is on for Grayson County. Kuiper takes a hard turn around first, but the second baseman, Noyce, was there to grab that one, and an E3 puts a runner on base for Grayson County to start this game off. Kuiper went opposite field there and just dribbled that one, and it was a little bit of a tough play for Ritchie, but probably one that she thinks she should have made. Now turn to Addie Bratcher for Grayson County. And trying to add some damage, Bratcher pops one. It's straight up, and it is going to fall in between the net and the catcher's batter's box. A little bit of a tough play there, as there was a long way to go. And I think that 3 players came crashing in towards us. And, I mean, that's a tough play. So Bratcher gets bailed out here. The infield again plays in with the runner Kuiper at first. Bratcher looks like she's going to be swinging this time and swings over top of this one. Kuiper is nearly picked off down at first base as she took a hard turn on that. And the catcher Potter tried to pick her off. So no balls, 2 strikes to the hitter Addie Bratcher. Grayson County trying to add some runs early on in this game. Pitch high, again, Kuiper takes a hard turn, and because of that, the catcher, Chloe Potter, came up to throw, but when she did it, the ball slipped out of her hand. First baseman plays in, the third baseman plays even with the bag. Pitch goes high and outside. That'll leave it up our count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bratcher swinging the bat. She's starting to show some of the potential that she has. She's only a freshman. So she's going to be a really nice player here in a couple of years. Fly ball, straight away center fielder. The center fielder, White, is back on the track, jumps up and makes the catch. Nice play by the center fielder, Kendall White. She'd go back there, and Addie Bratcher missed a home run by a couple of feet out into straightaway center.
County, number 18, Shelby Davis.
Now turn to Shelby Davis. She's got 2 home runs this season. And the 3-hole hitter, the sophomore. Both of those home runs came against Edmondson County all the way back in what feels like about 14 years ago, back on the 2nd of April. And she fouls one off. She does a long look down at Ted Hill, the head coach, who delivers the sign to her. Sitting in the on-deck circle is Autumn Riggs for Grayson County. The runner Kuiper is at first as she reached base on the error by the Lady Purples. The line in the pitch showing bunt, pulling away. Kuiper is off, and it's a throw a little bit wide, and she's in ahead of the tag. Nice slide by Annie Kuiper. As if it was a little bit better of a throw, she might have been out. But Grayson County gets a runner in scoring position. Now, 1 ball and 1 strike will be the count to Shelby Davis. Kuiper is the runner in scoring position at second. The pitch is in the dirt, bounces up in the air. The catcher can't find it, and Kuiper is going to take that one easily to third. And Lady Cougars are potentially in business after the wild pitch advances the runner. Kuiper saw that ball hit the dirt, and she wasn't thinking twice about running, showing off her speed. The wind in the pitch is high for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike to Davis. The epitome of a hitter's count. Davis looks down at Ted Hill with speed at third. Does he think about a potential safety squeeze? He does not. Swing and a miss. It's tipped into the glove, though. So the count moves full with one down here in the bottom of the first inning. Grayson County has a runner at third, trying to get the 1-0 lead in this game after Bowling Green stranded a runner in scoring position. That pitch is low and inside for ball 4, and now Grayson has runners on the corners with their best bat in the lineup in Autumn Riggs.
Up to bat for Grayson County, number 3, Autumn Riggs.
Sure, Autumn Riggs, she probably wouldn't like to think about it directly, but her little sister Arissa had a home run in the game on Friday, something that Autumn has not done in a varsity game. So that's got to be something that's a little bit on her mind, to try and not let her little sister have the up on there and a throw down to second, and the runner was not running, as the pitcher Briley had to duck out of the way of that one, as that was thrown with some authority by the catcher Potter. And the catcher's going to step out and deliver some signals to the purple infield. Grayson County runners on the corners. The 0-1 pitch coming to Autumn Riggs. Grayson County trying to find themselves with their first lead of the game. It's a ground ball foul down the third base line. I think right now Andy Thomas and the umpire, he's going to get a new ball for them, as for the most part, after all the rain we've had over the past couple of days, the field is in good shape. But there's one little bit, and that's exactly where that ball rolled, where it is very wet. I know Ted Hill was trying to scoop some water out of that. The 0-2 pitch to Riggs is a ground ball to the third baseman. She's out at third. The throw is high and wide, and the runner Davis is going to round third. She is going to be held up there. So the runner Riggs will be safe at first, and the error will allow her to move to second. So you've got runners on second and third. Kuiper is tagged out on the play, though, by Bailey. So no runs cross the plate. You have runners on second and third with 2 down in the inning. So the error, though, by the third baseman does allow the runners to cross. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner out for Grayson County. It'll be Cassidy Chaffins to be the runner for Grayson County. The batter now is Audrey Killian, trying to help herself out in this situation. The first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Killian, the starting pitcher, if she can line one into left or center field, you could easily score 2 in this game, and that'd really help yourself out. Pitch high for ball 2. Hitters count now for the sophomore Audrey Killian. Biggest at bat of this game already, and we're only in the bottom of the first. Called strike right down Broadway from Peyton Briley, trying to work out of this inning with no damage. Grayson County did the same in the top half of the first. Can Briley do the same in this situation? Pitch fouled off, and that'll even up the count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Killian looks down to Ted Hill, who's pacing in that third base coach's box. He's not delivering her a sign. He's just going to tell her go up there and hit it. The break even is a swing and a miss, and that is the inning. Both teams threatened, but no runs cross the plate. And through 1 full, it's no score between Bowling Green and Grayson County. This is Lady Cougar Softball on K105. Peyton Briley will lead off the top half of the second inning for the Lady Purples. this season. Briley, the pitcher, hitting 167 with 3 runs batted in, 1 extra base hit as well on the year. Audrey Killian in for her second inning of work, and the pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Killian only threw 9 pitches in that first inning. Bowling Green had some threatening. They had 1 hit and had a runner picked off, had another batter reached by a hit by pitch and was stranded into second base, and there is a base hit into left field. Over the head of the third baseman, Bratcher, and a leadoff hit for the Lady Purples is how they'll start off this inning. Now turn to Elizabeth Ritchie, number 13, the first baseman tonight. Ritchie hitting 200, 5 runs batted in, and she is the only Lady Purple home run. The runner Briley is at first. Looks like she will run for herself and not allow a courtesy runner, as that one's fouled off behind the plate for the first strike at the at-bat. It has turned out to be a very nice day here at the Grayson County Softball Complex. Light wind blowing in, but very, very pleasant. And some wispy clouds in the sky as well. Not much at all. Pitch is a fly ball left center field. Riggs will chase it down and make a nice play. Arissa Riggs had to go a long way to grab that one, but makes a nice play out in left center field for the first out of the inning.
Up to bat for Bowling Green.
Lineup turns to Ava Bennett. Shortstop on the year for Bowling Green. Stats-wise, 0 for 20 on the KHSAA website, looking to come up with a hit in this situation, though, with a runner on first, Briley. The wind of the pitch from Killian is a bunt, and it is a beauty. Tough play for Killian, and she's not going to have a play. As it was a beautiful bunt down into, in between, really home and first. And she couldn't have rolled it out much better than that. Killian really had no play on that. So 2 bunt hits for Bowling Green already in this game. It'll now turn to the freshman catcher, Chloe Potter. And she will ground one into the hole to the shortstop. And Davis will just throw that one on to third for the second out of the inning. Nice heads-up play by Shelby Davis, knowing that the runner was advancing from second to third, and gets the easy out for the first out, or the second out here of this top half of the second inning. The lineup now turns towards Allison Joyner, the 9-hole hitter. Killian trying to work some magic again and stop the Bowling Green rally before it even gets started. No score tonight here between the Lady Purples and the Lady Cougars. The wind in the pitch from Killian is a fly ball right side. Tough play. Dennis runs over and drops the ball. She dropped it in foul territory as the second baseman Kuiper was there too. Neither player can make the play, and that is not what you want if you're Grayson County, because now you just give her a free at bat. So 1 ball and 1 strike will be the count to Allison Joyner. She gets pretty much a free at bat in this situation, and she'll line one underneath of the glove of the shortstop Davis, and it goes into left field. America Jarbo there to pick it up immediately and fires one in. So no runners will cross the plate, but the bases are juiced now for the 1-hole hitter, Tanea Bailey. So that was almost a very nice play by Shelby Davis, but now it'll be Bailey. She had a bunt single in her first at bat. Stepping into the circle, the wind of the pitch from Killian. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Audrey Killian. She stranded 2 runners in her last inning, trying to do the same in this one. The bases are juiced, nowhere to put the first baseman, sophomore Tanea Bailey. The wind in the pitch is popped straight up and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes, though. Killian. You've got the runner Bennett at third. Potter is at second. Joyner is at first. 3 ducks on the pond. The wind of the pitch is a fly ball right field. Stevenson has it read, and that is the inning. The Lady Purples strand the bases loaded, and through 1.5, no score between Grayson County and Bowling Green. This is Lady Cougar Softball on K105. Welcome back here to the Lady Cougar Softball Complex, Grayson County and Bowling Green. Lady Purples strand the bases loaded in the top half of the second inning. Grayson County going to try and do some damage of their own. They'll turn to Arissa Riggs for the first at-bat of her game. On Friday evening, she had her first career home run against Whitesville Trinity. As I know, I was talking with her dad before the game, Roger Riggs, who is the first base coach for the Lady Cougars, and he was thrilled. And I know he said the same thing about Arissa, that she was very, very excited about hitting her first career varsity home run. Be something that you will always remember. Riggs playing center field, already made a couple of nice plays out there so far in this game. And Peyton Briley is the pitcher for the Lady Purples. And the first pitch to Arissa Riggs is coming, and it's called strike low and inside to the sophomore Riggs. As the defensive lineup for the Lady Purples, Mason is in left, White in center, Joyner in right. Around the horn, Bailey at third, Bennett at short, Noyce at second. Ritchie is at first, Potter behind the dish. That pitch was low and inside, so 1 ball and 1 strike is the count here to Arissa Riggs. Briley looks in for the sign. The wind in the pitch is a swing and a miss to Riggs. And Briley's fought back to get ahead in the count here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Roger Riggs looking down to his daughter Arissa, trying to let her know what she should be doing and thinking hitting-wise in this situation. The pitch, high for ball 2. That was up at the eyes for Arissa Riggs. She did a nice job making sure she didn't swing through that one. So the break-even pitch will come here. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Arissa Riggs. The wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss. She'll go down on strikes. First strike out of the game in the lineup. Will now go towards Lauren Stevenson, right fielder. She had the walk-off hit against Knox Central for the Lady Cougars to win their first game of the season back during spring break of this year. It was a rip into left field, and Reagan Cave came around to score the winning run. A rip into left field would be exactly what the doctor ordered in this situation to try and get the Lady Cougars rolling offensively. Pitch low and inside for ball 1 from Peyton Briley. Nice crowd tonight, though, on both sides. Of course, the Lady Cougar faithful are lined up down the third base line, and the Lady Purple faithful have made the trip up from Bowling Green as well. So that pitch goes high and outside for ball 2. So ahead in the count here, 2 balls and no strike is the batter, Lauren Stevenson. If you're a hitter, you got to wait for your pitch here in this situation, because 2-0 is a beautiful situation, and she swings at one. It's a pop fly to the left side of the infield, and the shortstop Bennett will make the catch for the second out of this inning.
33, America Jarbo.
Now turn to America Jarbo. Jarbo, one of the lone seniors on this Lady Cougar team. They don't have a ton. As up and down this team, senior-wise, you've got Jarbo, you've got Brianna Dennis, you've got Gracie Franklin, and you've got Autumn Riggs. So it's a very, very young Lady Cougar team. And the first pitch is outside, just missed. Or no, it is a called strike, because I didn't see a signal first, but it was kind of a late call by our home plate umpire. It looked good to me. I was a little surprised that it would have been called a ball, but it was a strike. So no balls and 1 strike here to America Jarbo, and that's popped off behind the plate, out of play. And Briley is fighting in this inning. No balls and 2 strikes. The wind of the pitch. Swing and a miss by Jarbo. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And that is the inning. They're 2 full, no score between Grayson County and Bowling Green. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. We head to the top of the third inning. Still no score between the Lady Cougars and the Lady Purples. It's Sam Gormley with you. And the leadoff hitter for this third will be Kendall White. Lady Purple stranded the bases loaded in the top half of the second inning. Left a runner in scoring position in the first as well. The first pitch from Audrey Killian is a cold strike on the outside corner. It was a beautiful pitch that froze the hitter White. White showing bunt. Will pull back on the pitch from Killian. That pitch just misses at the numbers to move our count here to 1-1 strike. Lady Cougar defensively playing pretty straight up. Infield's playing just a little bit in, nothing too much. And that pitch runs off the outside corner, high and outside. If anything, center field is shaded just a little bit over for the hitter White to pull ever so slightly. By probably about, 5 or 10 feet. Showing bunt again on the 2-1 pitch is a pop fly into shallow shortstop, and Davis will snag that one for the first out of the inning. It came off the bat. That one looked like it was going to go just a little bit further, but Davis did a nice job corralling that one. One of the things she did very well there is she caught the ball with two hands. I think that's one of the downsides to having players watch professionals is because you never see them on pop flies catch the ball with two hands. And with two hands, it allows you to just catch the ball with a lot more emphasis and gives you a lot more control. Cassidy Mason's the hitter, and she swings at the first pitch for called strike. And it's one of those things that if you catch with two hands, it just gives you so much more control. There's a line drive right at the second baseman, Kuiper, for the second out of the inning. As the lineup now turns towards Ella Noyce, 0 for 1 tonight with a pop fly and a pop out into shallow center field. The lefty Noyce against Audrey Killian. A long look in to Autumn Riggs, the catcher. The wind of the pitch from the sophomore is a ground ball in the hole. Diving play by Davis, and it goes through her legs and into right field, and that is going to be an error. And a reach base by Ella Noyce. Tough play by Davis, but it's one that you see her make more times than not. Peyton Briley, the pitcher. She singled into left field in her last at-bat. 2 down, though, in this inning. Lady Purple's going to try and start a 2-out rally, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Lady Purples are not the most aggressive team in the world stealing-wise. They came into tonight's game with only 12 steals. Noyce has 1. The pitch from Killian is just misses outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes to Peyton Briley. Got the runner Noyce at first. She just reached on the error. The wind of the pitch, swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Audrey Killian. She took just a little bit something off of that one and slowed it down to get past her. Looks like Mr. Spirit is making his way into the building right now as he's standing out by the flagpole in straightaway center. Pitch is a ground ball, corralled by Bratcher. The throw across the diamond, she's out by half a step. Nice play by Addie Bratcher. After that, took kind of a weird hop to grab it in her glove and make a good throw to first to get the final out of the inning. Through 2.5, no score between Grayson County and Bowling Green. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. It'll be the 9-hole hitter Reagan Cave to lead off the bottom half of the third inning for Grayson County. Lady Cougars looking to get the offense rolling. They stranded a pair of runners in scoring position in the bottom half of the first inning, but went 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the second. Big game going on tonight in Morgantown with impact on Grayson County baseball, as it's pretty simple. Grayson County and Butler County playing tonight for what you could call the 12th District regular season championship, as the winner will have the #1 seed and play Whitesville Trinity in the 12th District tournament, while the loser will play Edmondson County in the 12th District tournament. So big game going on there. Game doesn't go until 7 o'clock, so we'll try to bring you some updates if we can. Reagan Cave will lead off for Grayson County, getting her first at bat. Peyton Briley was looking like she was getting ready to pitch, but instead is looking down into the dugout to DeMont Franklin, and not sure really what the holdup was. Here comes the line in the pitch, and it's a cold strike at the knees to Reagan Cave. It's the one downside to Cave is Cave's probably by far the tallest player on this Lady Cougar softball team, and it's like Owen Bratcher for Grayson County baseball. As that pitch is outside for a called strike. Ooh, one looked like it was in the left-handed batter's box, but it'll be no balls and 2 strikes here to Reagan Cave. The line of the pitch is a hit snagged by the first baseman, Richie. What a play down at first by Richie, as that one almost came out of her glove, and that's some bad luck by Reagan Cave. So that's the first out of the inning, and it's now going to go towards the top of the order to Annie Kuiper. Kuiper tonight reached on an error in her first at bat, and the first pitch is hit foul down the third base line. Ted Hill tried to sell that. He pointed towards fair, but it did look like it just skirted foul over the base, and Kuiper was ready to swing there. But the thing I was talking about with Reagan Cave, just to close out my point, is that since she's taller, that strike zone is ever so slightly bigger. It's like Owen Bratcher, 6'4" for the Cougar baseball team. That strike zone is double the size for somebody than like a Caden Woodcock who's shorter. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Annie Kuiper. Is high at the numbers. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Andy Thomason calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. Granville Meredith is your field umpire. We got a good umpiring crew today. 2 of the better ones in this third region. The 1 ball and 1 strike pitch is popped straight up into the outfield. White is under the center fielder, and that is the second out of the inning.
Up to bat for Grayson County, number 16, Addie Bratcher.
Addie Bratcher will now step in. She flew out to center field, just missed a home run in her last at bat. As right now, Mr. Spirit is standing in straightaway center field talking with Reagan Cave's mom. I'm sure that he'd love to maybe catch a home run here by Bratcher, and instead she lines one to the shortstop, who corrals and gets her by half a step. Bennett throws across the diamond, and the Lady Cougars go 1, 2, 3, and through 3 full, no score between Grayson County and Bowling Green. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Elizabeth Ritchie will lead off the top half of the 4th inning for the Lady Purples. She flew out into left center field in her first at-bat of this game. As a reminder, doubleheader today. Game 1 going to be 5 innings. Game 2 going to be only 5 innings. So this is a big inning. This is kind of, in a way, the 6th inning of this game when you're only playing 5. And the first pitch is a ground ball back into the circle to Killian. She'll throw into first for the first out of the 4th. Nice job by Killian just to get that one and throw it on to first. It's a little bit off. With her being right-handed, she had to go to the opposite side to grab that. She did a nice job making sure that one didn't get up through the hole. Ava Bennett, the shortstop, she had a bunt single in her first at-bat. So I'm sure that Brianna Dennis might come in a little bit. She looks like she's swinging away, and there's a cold strike on the outside corner. Andy Thomas, her home plate umpire tonight, been consistent calling that pitch. And I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. As long as an umpire's consistent, I'm not going to complain. If you consistently call what I might classify as a ball and strike, then that's all I can say. And she's going to be out, as that's going to be a interference called on the runner, as when she came out of the box, Ava Bennett stepped on the ball, and that's just bad luck. So that'll be batter interference. So she's out on the play, and it's now going to turn to Chloe Potter, the catcher. Audrey Killian trying to get through this inning with little damage, and the pitch is low for ball one. So our game is moving very quick here. This first pitch was only 37 minutes ago. The 1-0 pitch coming to Chloe Potter is a ground ball down the third baseline. It's going to go into the corner, and rounding first base and going into second base, standing up will be Chloe Potter. The ball gets away from Shelby Davis. She'll go and track it down, though. And Bowling Green might have themselves a 2-out rally rolling on this after the double with 2 outs by the freshman Potter. We go to the 9-hole hitter, Allison Joyner. She'd line one under the shortstop Davis's glove in her last at bat. Looks like we have a courtesy runner is going to be number 23, Nevaeh Harpool. She's wearing a sweatshirt, so I don't have her number out there, but luckily the home plate umpire, Andy Thomason, did a nice job communicating. Ground ball to the third baseman, Bratcher. Thrown across the diamond. That's the inning. Again, the Lady Purples threaten, and again, Audrey Killian shuts the door. Lady Cougars have a chance to get ahead in this one before we head into the fifth. Through 3.5, no score between Grayson County and Bowling Green. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Shelby Davis will lead off the bottom half of the fourth inning for Grayson County. Again, this, as a reminder, we're only playing 5 innings, so in a way you could say this is the bottom half of the 6th. Grayson County, with a run here, would have a chance to win it in the field with their next at-bat. So they're going to turn to Davis. She walked in her first at-bat today. Bowling Green in this game has threatened a lot. Lady Cougars, though, still looking for their first hit of the game. They've had a couple of base runners, a walk and an error, but have gone quiet since then. And there's a pitch at the knees called strike one to Davis. In fact, the Lady Cougars have had their last couple of runners retired. They've had 9 straight sent down by the pitcher Peyton Briley. And that's popped straight up, and it'll be out of play. Bouncing into the long grass, and they might be able to get to it before it rolls down there or not. Looks like, in fact, actually I can see it. It's just sitting right on top. So luckily the player that has to, I think is Ansley Schartz, or one of the JV players, has to run and go grab all the foul balls. Luckily she ain't going to have to search hard for this one. Davis the 0-2. High, good eye for Davis. She watches that pitch at her eyes. So again, the line score so far for Bowling Green, no runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. For Grayson County, no runs, no hits, 1 error. Pitch outside in the left-handed batter's box. The Lady Purple fans wanted that one. I think it was a good call by our home plate umpire. So one thing that we have standing behind the plate tonight is we've got it right down the middle that we can see pretty much just about as good as anyone. The break even is in the dirt, and Davis has fought back from 0-2 to make this count move to 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's going to force Briley to make her a pitch. What does Davis decide to do with it? Here it comes. High, and there's a walk from Shelby Davis. She fell behind 0-2, works a walk though. Beautiful job by the sophomore, and it's now going to go to Autumn Riggs. She reached on a fielder's choice in her last at bat. So it was a ground ball to the third baseman, Bailey, who tagged out. In fact, that's not Bailey down there at third anymore. As, in fact, there's been multiple changes out in the field for Bowling Green. I'm not entirely sure as The pitch is a line drive foul. As that's usually is tonight we're working a man down on our crew. That's typically about where we have one of our roving cameras down there. That might have taken a head off. So Autumn Riggs is the hitter for Grayson County. Again, it appears that the third baseman right now, I guess it might just be a new play, not using the number. It'll be a bunt, and that's going to allow the runner. Davis falls down, and they throw the ball into left field. She trips over the bag, and she's going to dig for third. The throw coming in, and she is safe at third. Shelby Davis took a huge risk on that. Autumn Riggs was, I believe, out at first. I guess she was not. She's standing on first like she's safe. I thought she was out. No, she is. She's just making the long run now. So what happened there is that the bunt advances the runner. 1-3. Davis fell down on the play at second. Bowling Green tried to pick her off, going 3-6, and threw the ball into left field. Davis took a huge risk and dug for third and was able to score on the play and get there on the play. It'll be Audrey Killian now in to hit. A fly ball, base hit, something would give Grayson County the lead in this game in what is, in a way, the bottom half of the sixth inning. It's a cold strike, though, on the first pitch. The second one is a ground ball to the second baseman. They're going to send her home. The play at the plate. She's safe. She was safe, and I think that's the right call. Shelby Davis got in ahead of the tag, and Grayson County has taken a 1-0 lead on the play there. She went home right when the player Noyce, and Davis is in for Grayson County. So the fielder's choice allows the runner to score, and the batter now is Arissa Riggs. So Lady Cougars up 1-0. And the first pitch to Riggs, I believe, was a called strike. So Grayson County leads 1-0. The wind of the pitch is a ball inside. So it is 1 ball and 1 strike to Riggs. Grayson County, though, has taken a 1-0 lead. Shelby Davis with very risky base running, but it does pay off. The pitch is a fly ball left field. The left fielder Mason goes over to her left and will make the play for the final out of the inning. The Lady Cougars, though, take the lead in what we head to the 5th. Again, we're only playing 5 in game 1. So this is it for the Lady Purples. It's 1-0 Lady Cougs. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. We head into the top half of the 5th inning, which in a way is the top half of the 7th, you could say. And it's going to be the leadoff hitter, Tanea Bailey. 1 for 2 tonight. She had a bunt single and flew out to right. And she'll try to bunt one down the first base line, and she's going to be safe. She hustles down the line. Dennis was a little slow to get to it, and that's a leadoff hitter on for the Lady Purples. Again, it's 1-0 Grayson County. They scored in the last inning on heads-up base running by Shelby Davis. Kendall White will now be the hitter. She's hit by a pitch and popped out to the shortstop. The tying run, Bailey is at first. The go-ahead runner is at the plate. Ground ball foul. Bounces off of the Lady Cougar dugout. Again, we're only playing 5 innings. There will be a game 2 that will follow this one. Not entirely sure as to how long we'll be in between games, but there will be a set amount of time in between those games. We will have continuing our broadcast, though. The pitch, high and outside for ball 1. Again, Bailey is a very aggressive base runner on the base pass. She's already been picked off once in this game, and she took a hard lead off on that. And Riggs did the stare down to first to see if she wanted to take the throw or not. There's a hit, foul down the third base line. Just curves, foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes will be the count to Kendall White. Mason is in the on-deck circle. Noyce is in the hole. The runner Bailey at first. She is the tying run. The pitch outside. The runner is off. A good throw down, and she is safe. She gets ahead of the tag. So it was a good throw by Riggs down, but a late tag by Davis. And that runner is now advanced into scoring position. A stolen base by Bailey advances her to second. The break even coming from Audrey Killian is inside, nearly hits her, and Riggs this time is going to chase her out of the batter's box. So the count moves full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runner, Bailey, is at second. She is the tying run in this game. The wind and the pitch is a fly ball left field. Going back to the wall, looking up, that's a home run, and Bowling Green has taken a 2-1 lead. Kendall White turned on one and hit it into straightaway left field. And the Lady Purples have taken a 2-1 lead. That's a tough pill to swallow if you're Grayson County.
Up to bat for Bowling Green.
Andy Thomason going to go down and talk to DeMont Franklin, probably telling the Lady Purples that they're not supposed to leave the dugout. It's one of the things, is one of the rules with COVID is that even on a home run, you're not supposed to leave the dugout on a homer. Lady Purples have taken a 2-1 lead on the go-ahead home run there by Kendall White. So here comes the pitch with still nobody out in the inning. It's outside for ball 1. Again, the story all season long for Grayson County has been one bad inning. And the last inning you want to be one bad inning is the final inning of the game. And if you're Audrey Killian, you have to do whatever you can do to make sure that this game stays 2-1. Outside for ball 2. For Grayson County in the next inning, it will be Stevenson, Jarbo, Cave. So 7, 8, 9 in the bottom half of this inning when we get to that point. The 2-0 is outside, and falling behind in the count here, 3 balls and no strikes, is Audrey Killian. Ted Hill's starting to kick some dirt in the dugout, showing some nerves. Killian from her hip. High for ball 4, and that's a 4-pitch walk after giving up the home run. And Ted Hill's going to make his way out to the mound. And is this going to be a pitching change, or is this going to be let's take a deep breath and see what can happen? And Grayson County took the 1-0 lead in the bottom half of the 4th inning after scoring on the fielder's choice.
Sandwiches, hot dogs, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, smoked bologna,
And
nachos,
there was
waffles.
a Bowling Green that took the lead in this inning, 2-1. This is a conversation happening here for Ted Hill. We want to invite you to join us tomorrow evening as we'll be over on the other side of campus at Don Lee Field as the Grayson County Cougar baseball team will be taking on Butler County, as the start time for that game is going to be 5:30. So our coverage will begin at about 5:15. Bradley Napier will join me for that game, and then on Thursday evening we'll be back at Don Lee Field as the Cougar baseball team will take on LaRue County. Chase Blaine will join me on the call of that one. Illinois is the hitter. She's 0 for 2, popped out and reached on an error. In this one, pitch goes high, and Riggs did a nice job popping out of her stance to grab that one. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch, cold, strike at the knees. Noyce now going down to her knee to tie her shoe on this. Again, Bowling Green's taking the 2-1 lead in this inning after the home run by White. Noyce the hitter. Killian the pitcher. Still nobody out in the top half of this fifth inning. And that is a ball called by the home plate umpire, Andy Thomason. That one looked pretty good to me. Then again, that's where I hit, and we mentioned earlier with Reagan Cave, with her being tall as that strike zone is bigger, as Noyce grounds one right back up the middle. Killian will turn to grab one. No, safe, they're going to say. Shelby Davis came off the bag on a little bit of an errant throw by Killian. And now still nobody out here in the top half of the fifth inning. So Killian is called for the error there. And it'll be Peyton Briley, the pitcher, going to try and help herself out in this one. Killian, the line in the pitch. Ball low and outside. Again, Bowling Green took the lead in this inning. Trying to add to it here and get a little insurance. Still nobody out. Lady Purples have sent 4 batters to the plate. Everyone has reached. Swing and a miss. Taking something off of that one, and a throw down to second and in safely is the runner at second, Mason. So you got Noyce at first, Mason at second. The pitch in the dirt gets through the legs of Riggs, and both runners are going to advance second and third. Still nobody out. The wild pitch advances the runners. Killian, wind and pitch. It's a ball high, bounces out of the glove of Riggs. Lady Cougars are in a danger zone here as there's 3 balls and 1 strike now. Audrey Killian for 4 innings threw the ball very well for Grayson County. She worked out of a couple of jams, but Bowling Green hasn't let her work out of this one. Nobody out. The pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. And our umpire tonight has been very consistent in calling that pitch in tonight's game. Full count pitch. Big pitch coming to the pitcher, Peyton Briley. Killian winds and throws, and it's fouled down the left field line. And you got 2 runners in scoring position. A base hit would score a pair. Infield playing just a hair in, nothing too crazy though. I'm surprised they're actually not playing a little bit more in now that I think about it. The 3-2 pitch coming is ball 4 low, and the bases are loaded for Elizabeth Ritchie. Ritchie tonight 0 for 2, flew out to center and grounded out to the pitcher. See if Ted Hill will bring the infield in a little bit more here, and he will. Davis playing shying in a little bit, all the way around, but not quite as much as I think maybe I would. The pitch called strike right down Broadway to Elizabeth Ritchie. Ritchie tonight 0 for 2. She's flew out to center and grounded out to the pitcher. The ground out to the pitcher was a nice play by Killian. Again, the play would come home with still nobody out in the inning. Pitch high. Riggs thought about the pickoff move, and I think it's kind of one of these things that you just got to worry about the hitter up, and that is Elizabeth Ritchie. The wind of the pitch from Killian. In the dirt, bounces in. Nice stop, though, by Riggs to keep that ball in front of her. That's exactly what you got to do as a catcher, is just make sure that that ball does not get behind you when you have a runner on third, because if it's in front of you, batter's not going to run home unless it bounces like crazy in front. And it'd have to take a weird bounce, because if it rolls back to the pitcher, that's fouled off behind the plate. It'll even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. If it bounces up to the pitcher, Killian just has to loop one right back to the catcher to make the play. Break-even pitch coming from Audrey Killian, trying to get at least 1 out in this inning. The pitch is a ground ball foul. Bowling Green's done a couple of those where it's gone each opposite side, and it's been fouled by just a couple of feet. Could have really changed this game earlier on. Yet it is 2-1 Lady Purples. The break-even pitch coming one more time from Audrey Killian. In the dirt, nice stop by Riggs, and the count will move full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the 5th inning. Mason at third, Noyce at second. Briley is at first. The hitter is Elizabeth Ritchie. The pitcher is Audrey Killian. The wind and the pitch is fouled off, and will do it one more time. Killian's next pitch will be number 30 in this inning. Bowling Green has had already 2 runners cross the plate on the home run by Kendall White. Since that point, they've loaded the bases. The 3-2 is in the dirt, and that'll walk in a run, and Ted Hill looks like he is going to make a pitching change. Lady Purples lead 3-1. Mallory Lindsay going to come in to take the circle. We'll take a break. This is Lady Cougar softball right here on K105. Mallory Lindsay is the starting pitcher for the Lady, or the relief pitcher coming into the game for the Lady Cougars, and can't come in much more difficult situation than she is right now. Bowling Green's already scored 3 here in the top half of the 5th inning, which is, if you just joined us, going to be the final inning. We're playing 2 today. They're only going to play 5 innings per game. Bowling Green's taken a 3-1 lead in this, and the bases are loaded still with nobody out. And the 7-hole hitter Ava Bennett is in. And the first pitch she sees is a ball.
Now batting number 10, Bennett.
Bennett tonight had a bunt single and tried to bunt a second time, but was out on batter's interference. 1 ball and no strike pitch. Called strike at the knees. First, I thought that was a ball and was going to be a little bit surprised, but a little bit of a slow strike call from Andy Thomas and her home plate umpire. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Mallory Lindsay trying to pull a rabbit out of her hat and get out of this inning. It's in the dirt. Nice stop, though, by Riggs behind the plate. And the Lady Cougars took the lead in the bottom half of the 4th. After Shelby Davis scored on the fielder's choice. Wheels have started to fall off in this inning, though. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch in the outside corner by Mallory Lindsay. That'll even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lindsay, the pitch is a ground ball foul. Bounces behind the plate. And we'll do this one more time. The 6th pitch of the at-bat will be this next one from Mallory Lindsay to the shortstop, junior Ava Bennett. The pitch outside, and the count will move full. And we do have 1 more game to play in this one. We'll play at the, as I'm sure they'll have probably a 15-20 minute break in between the games. And then we'll have softball part 2. The pitch is a ground ball. Bradshaw will have a play at home. That'll get 1. And there's not going to be another play. So the fielder's choice, Grayson County does get the run, and a smart play by Addie Bradshaw and a heads-up 1. Fielder's choice goes 5-2 on the putout, and the score will remain 3-1. Bowling Green with 1 down here in the top half of the 5th inning. And the lineup turns towards Chloe Potter. She doubled down the third base line in her last at-bat, but she was stranded, so that was only with 2 outs. Not sure what the weight is here. I'm not sure. I think looks like Autumn Riggs might have been getting something ready on her glove. Lindsay trying to get out of the inning without any further damage. First pitch swinging is a line drive straight away center field. It's going to be caught by Riggs. Play coming home, and it's going to be caught by Bratcher in a smart play by the runner at second, Ritchie, to tag because Bratcher came in to catch that. And when she did, she left third base with no one to cover because they might have had a play on that. But because no one was there, Ritchie is able to tag. So it's now 4-1 Bowling Green on the sacrifice fly. Both runners advance. And it's now going to turn to the 9-hole hitter, Allison Joyner. She grounded out to third in her last at bat and is also singled to left field. And the first pitch is a called strike. First base is open. This is the 9th batter to hit for Bowling Green. They've already scored 4 in the inning. The 0-1, ball just misses on the outside corner. The wind of the pitch is a ground ball caught in the circle by Lindsay. Throws on to first. That is the inning. Mallory Lindsay does a nice job working out of a jam, but Bowling Green does score 4 runs, and they have a 4-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Grayson County finds themselves their first deficit of this game as they trail 4-1. As a reminder, this is only a 5-inning game as there is going to be game 2 to follow this one later on. So this is Grayson County's last chance. They've got to get at least 3 to keep the game rolling, or they're going to have to turn towards game 2 to try and split this doubleheader. It's going to be 7-8-9 for the Lady Cougars. Lauren Stevenson, America Jarbo, and Reagan Cave. Stevenson 0 for 1, popped out to the shortstop Bennett in her first at-bat. Peyton Briley on the mound. As Grayson County in this game is still looking for their first hit. They've scored a run, but have not had a hit. You don't see that all the time. As the pitch is a ball high to Lauren Stevenson. Mallory Lindsay did a very nice job shutting that door to allow only one more run to cross after coming in with the bases loaded and nobody else. Pitch low and 2 balls and no strikes. Lauren Stevenson ahead in the count, a hitter's count here for Grayson County to try and get a runner on. Just got to go 1 batter by time. 1 swing does not change this game. There's a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike is our count. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch is a fly ball center field, and it's right at the center fielder White for the first out of the inning.
Up to bat for Grayson County, number 33,
America Jarbo, the senior. She struck out on 3 pitches in her last at bat, trying to start the Grayson County rally. She shows bunt, swings the bat, now pulls back, and watches a pitch high for ball 1. Sun has gone down and the temperature has started to drop with it. It's gotten a little bit chilly. Jarbo sees a pitch, called strike at the knees. She's shown bunt both times. It's something she usually does and then pulls back. And she goes and shows bunt again on this one. Brings the infield in, pulls back, and a pitch is low and inside. And she's ahead in the count here, 2 balls and 1 strike. Briley trying to finish off what would be a 5-inning no-hitter for the Lady Purples. The wind in the pitch is in the dirt, spins away from the catcher. Just shows you how much spin these batters can put on the pitchers can put on the ball. As that one was spinning like a top as it rolled out of the left-handed batter or the right-handed batter's box. 3 balls and 1 strike. Peyton Briley to America Jarbo. Called strike on the inside corner, so our count will move full. Again, this is our final inning. We would have game 2 coming up momentarily at the end of this one, but Grayson County's got to find 3 if they want to continue. And there's a base hit into left field for America Jarbo. It's going to roll down the left field line. She takes a hard turn around second, and she dives in safe at first. She took a hard turn and just kind of stared down the second baseman, but gets back in there. And Grayson County hopefully going to have a 1-out rally rolling off the base hit by Jarbo. It'll be Reagan Cave now. She lined out to the first baseman, Richie, in her last at-bat in what was a very, very nice play. The pitch, called strike. Cave made very nice contact on that play. Grayson County needs 3 to keep this game alive. The pitch, called strike on the inside corner. Cave falls behind here, no balls and 2 strikes. In the on-deck circle is Annie Kuiper. Addie Bratcher stands in the hole. The goal is to let Bratcher hit in this game in some instance. And Cave just gets enough of that one and fouls it off the net. She did a nice job extending that, swinging at a pitch that probably wasn't a strike. And if you're going to do that, make sure you make contact. And sometimes it's good to get one of those pitches and just foul it back because you're not going to be able to do anything with that. You got to have some insane strength to pull a pitch low and outside and to rip one like that unless you're going opposite field. The 0-2 is a swing and a miss, and the Lady Cougars are down to their final outs. Annie Kuiper, she's reached on an error and popped out to shallow center field in her 2 at-bats. Kuiper trying to keep this game alive. The pitch is a ground ball into left field, a base hit. Grayson County, second hit of the inning, and the tying run now comes to the plate, Addie Bratcher. The go-ahead run, Davis is in the on-deck circle. Bratcher today flew out to deep center field in her first at-bat, grounded out to the shortstop in her second one. I mentioned that she had just missed that home run, and the first pitch is high for ball 1. In that first at-bat, she missed the home run by a couple of feet. I think that'd be exactly what the doctor ordered right here. The pitch, right down Broadway, called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike now. The runner, Kuiper, is at first. Jarbo is at second. The tying run, Bratcher, is at the plate. And a called strike low and inside. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Bratcher needs to get on to keep the game alive. Peyton Briley is the pitcher. And there's a fly ball, left center field. That one is off the wall. 1 run will score. Kuiper has to stop at second base because it smacked hard off the wall. And I mentioned Addie Bratcher missed one by mere feet. That one was by mere inches. But Grayson County, a fly ball off the wall. And the tying run is at first. The winning run is now coming to the bats. 4-2, Grayson County brings it to within 2. Brittany Vaughn, the assistant coach, is going to come out and she's going to talk to Peyton Briley, the pitcher. She's going to bring the entire infield in. Shelby Davis is the hitter for Grayson County tonight. She is 0 for 0. She walked both times. Both were fighting 3 balls and 2 strikes counts, and her last one was a perfect at bat as she fell behind 0-2 and fought back to make it go full. Vaughn talking with her team in probably one of these conversations. It's similar to what Ted Hill had. I think it was in the second inning. Might have even been the first. It's just kind of a, let's take a deep breath. Let's see what can happen. So you don't want to turn this into allowing the wheels to fall off because You've got speed at first in Bratcher, you've got speed at second, and you've got a batter up now for Grayson County, Shelby Davis, who has hit home runs. She had 2 in the game against Edmonson County earlier this season, and that would end the game. The pitch is fouled into the batter's box, into the on-deck circle. She was swinging at the first pitch there. 4-2. Grayson County trails this one in the bottom half of the 5th. The wind of the pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 down, bottom half of the 5th. In the dirt again, Davis watches that one go by. Standing in the on-deck circle is Autumn Riggs, the Lady Cougars' best hitter. Sure, Grayson County would love to have her get a chance in this one. The wind in the pitch, in the dirt again. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 base is open. Kuiper is the runner at second. Bratcher is the tying run at first. Again, Davis is the winning run at the plate. The pitch. Called strike. A beautiful pitch by Peyton Briley. Nothing Shelby Davis could do but watch that one go by. The runners will be running. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A hit into the outfield could tie this game up. The line in the pitch is high. The bases are loaded for Autumn Riggs. Nowhere to put her now. And I'm not sure Ted Hill could draw up a situation much better than this. Kuiper at third, Bratcher at second, Davis at first. Autumn Riggs the hitter. 4-2 Bowling Green. Pitch, called strike on the inside corner. This has turned into a very exciting inning. To end this here, Andy Thomason going to walk up and he's going to clear this plate off. Ted Hill just called out. He said a base hit is all we need. I'm sure he's going to be running Bratcher no matter what. She's the runner at second. She is the tying run. The winning run is at first, and it's inside for ball 1. The Lady Cougar dugout, I'm not sure I've heard them make this much noise all year long. They are in this one. Riggs the hitter. The 1-1. Is a little dribbler to the second baseman, Noyce. She goes the short way to second for the final out of the game. The Lady Cougars threaten, but don't score enough to keep the game alive. And game 1 goes towards the Lady Purples. 4-2 is the final score of this one. As we will come back, wrap up this game, and get you ready for game 2 after this. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Lady Cougars fall in game 1 of our doubleheader tonight by a final score of 4-2. Again, this game only went 5 innings, and all of the offense pretty much waited until that 5th inning. Bowling Green scored all 4 of their runs in the top half of the 5th. Grayson County threatened big time in the bottom half of the inning, but wasn't able to score to keep the game rolling. Final line score for Bowling Green, 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. For Grayson County, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. The winning pitcher in Game 1 is Peyton Briley, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. The losing pitcher is Audrey Killian. She goes 4+, 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, and did give up the go-ahead home run. Mallory Lindsay came in. She threw the ball very well. 1 inning. She did give up the sac fly. The run doesn't count towards her, though. She came in with the bases loaded and nobody out. Bowling Green had already scored 3 runs and was able to shut the door and allow only 1 more to cross the plate. But that 1 extra run turned out to be enough. We're not really sure as to how much time will be in between these 2 games here today, as Grayson County and Bowling Green again playing here, as both coaches agreed to only play 2 5-inning games. So Game 2 will happen shortly. I know Ted Hill was telling me before the game that he's going to have to make a lineup at some point in between. So we're not really sure as to how long the 2 games will happen. RBIs for this game for Grayson County, the RBIs go to Annie Bradshaw and Audrey Killian. For Bowling Green, the runs batted in, 2 for Kendall White, 1 for Chloe Potter, and 1 for Elizabeth Ritchie. Game 2 will come shortly. We're going to keep our stream rolling, and there will not be any sound to happen. So if your sound goes out, that's the reason why that Game 2 will happen shortly in the game. But we'll take a little bit of a break and go towards that and prepare for Game 2, and we'll be back here hopefully very soon. So again, the final score of Game 1 is Bowling Green 4 and Grayson County 2. Game 2 of our doubleheader is getting ready to begin here between Grayson County and Bowling Green. Lady Purples won Game 1 by a final score of 4-2. As again, we're only playing 5 innings, and now let's meet the starting lineups here for Game 2. For Bowling Green, playing third base will be Bailey and leading off. Batting second, the center fielder is Kendall White. Batting third, the left fielder will be Mason. Batting fourth, Noyce will be at second base. Batting fifth is Briley at first. Ritchie will be behind the plate. And batting sixth, Bennett will be the shortstop and bat seventh. Harpool will be the right fielder and bat eighth. And the starting pitcher for the Lady Purples will be Savannah Jones. On the season, 50 innings pitched, 3.64 earned run average. For Grayson County, the starting lineup is going to be Annie Kuiper will lead off and play second base. Addie Bradshaw will bat second and play third. Shelby Davis will be the three-hole hitter and be the shortstop. Autumn Riggs will be behind the plate and be the catcher. Batting fifth at first base will be Audrey Killian. Batting sixth in center field is Arissa Riggs. The latter third will be Lauren Stevenson in right, America Jarbo in left. Ella Gibson will be the designated hitter, and the starting pitcher for tonight's game will be Mallory Lindsay. She came in and threw one inning of shutout baseball in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Leading off will be Tanea Bailey for the Lady Purples.
Up to bat for Bowling Green, number 5, Bailey.
So it's good to see that we're back to action very quick in between 2 games. And the first pitch from Mallory Lindsay to Bailey will come in mere seconds. And it is in the dirt for ball 1, and Game 2 is underway here from the Lady Cougar softball complex. That pitch bounces in and falling behind in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes. So our scoreboard says 3-0. I think that's only 2-0 though, unless I missed a ball in there. So we will soon find here as here comes what I think is the 2-0 pitch, and it's fouled off. So I believe our count here is 2 balls and 1 strike. Here is, oh, the ball drops right in the puddle. As it dropped right in the puddle down the foul territory. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. I thought I was right there. So 2 balls and 1 strike. It is to Tanea Bailey. As DeMont Franklin was pointing at the scoreboard asking, is it 3 balls or is it 2 balls? Swing and a miss. Nice pitch. She pulled the string on that one, did Mallory Lindsay. Now leaving up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tanea Bailey had a couple of bunt singles in Game 1. She came around to score in what was at the time the tying run. The break even. Outside. Running outside was Mallory Lindsay. Lindsay did an excellent job in Game 1. The bases were loaded with nobody out. Grayson County had already fallen behind 3-1. She came in and allowed only 1 more run, and it was a sacrifice fly. So she shut the door in a big-time way. The 3-2 pitch just misses to Tanea Bailey in a leadoff walk. That one looked good. Home plate umpire Andy Thomason disagrees. And in the field for umpiring in Game 2, again, is going to be Granville Meredith. It'll be Kendall White. She the big hit in Game 1. This is the home run, the go-ahead home run in that game. So the runner Bailey is at first, and the first pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Lindsay was pumping strikes in her 1 inning in the first game, and strike zone's a little harder for her to find here in Game 2. 7 pitches, only 2 for a strike. Here comes the 1-0. Here's a ground ball to the third baseman, Bratcher. She'll throw across the diamond, gets her by half a step, and taking off to third and going from first to third is Tanea Bailey. Heads up base running on the long throw. It does go 5-3, but the runner advances from first to third. And Bowling Green has something cooking here in this first inning. Now turn to Cassidy Mason, the left fielder. As the wind of the pitch here from Killian is a pop fly into foul territory, and it's caught by Autumn Riggs, the catcher. She did a nice job. She caught that one underhand style but used both hands to make sure that that one was not going to drop out of her glove. So 2 down in the inning. Illinois will now step in for the Lady Purples. The runner Bailey is at third. 2 down here in the top half of the first. And the pitch is outside, and Riggs catches that one in between her legs. She didn't use her glove, but you know what? The legs work just as well. So 1 ball, no strikes to Noyce. Lindsay's pitch runs off the outside corner. Noyce has the strategy that you will see sometimes in softball. Now the ball gets away from Lindsay, and coming home to score is the runner Bailey, and it's 1-0 Bowling Green. As the throwback goes off the glove, and that's going to allow the runner to score. As I look down at my notes, so the error allows that runner to score. And that is the last thing you want if you're Grayson County, to find yourself in a 1-0 deficit because of a dropped throwback to the pitcher. Called strike to Noyce. But Noyce, what she does is she runs up in the box sometimes when she swings, which is perfectly legal. But you just don't see it as much. You know, none of the Grayson County players do it at all. The 2-1 pitch coming is a ground ball to Killian at first. She steps on the bag, and that is the final out of the inning. Lady Purples add 1, and we head to the bottom of the first with them leading 1-0. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Game 2 starting pitcher for the Lady Purples is going to be Savannah Jones. She's the junior, statistics-wise at least, that has been given to us on the KHSAA website. 50 innings pitch, 3.64 earned run average, 9 walks, 15 strikeouts, an 0-7 record. But, I mean, you look at this, a 3.64 ERA, that's solid. And another thing that stands out here is you're seeing in 50 innings, only 15 strikeouts and 9 walks, which to me says she is pitching to contact. And if you're the Grayson County hitters, that means you have to swing the bat. And to lead off the bottom half of the first inning is Andy Kuiper. Lady Cougars trail this one 1-0. It's Sam Gormley with you. Appreciate you taking the time to tune in here on K105 Digital Productions. And Kuiper swings at the first pitch and fouls it off behind the plate. Jones, the junior. Again, in game 1, the starting pitcher was Peyton Briley, and she threw the ball very well. Didn't allow a hit until that 5th inning. And shut the door. The pitch showing bunt is Kuiper, and she missed it on the bunt. That'll be a swing and a miss on that as the pitch went a little high. So you got no balls and 2 strikes to Kuiper. She's quickly fallen behind in the count. She had a hit in the bottom half of the 5th inning in her last at bat of game 1. The pitch is a pop fly out of play. That one might not be reachable, as that one, as we mentioned, behind us. Foul balls go into some tall grass, and that one is deep in it. But luckily it is a softball, and it's bright yellow, so it's easy for you to see if you go out there and try and grab it. The 0-2 pitch one more time, bounces in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher, Ritchie, to stop that one from going. So again, Ritchie is catching game 2 of this one. The wind of the pitch inside nearly hits Kuiper. That'll lead up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the first baseman Briley was who started the first game. The catcher in game 1, as there's a ball inside, and that'll make our count go full. Chloe Potter was the catcher in game 1, and she's not getting the start here in game 2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kuiper fell behind 0-2 and has now fought back to make this count go full and pops one up straight up in the infield. Tough play for the third baseman, Bailey, who comes in and makes the catch in fair territory for the first out of the bottom half of this inning. It'll be Addie Bratcher to hit Grayson County here. She just missed a home run that would have tied the game in game 1 by probably about a foot as it smacked off the wall above the Cougar pole in left center field, and a changeup is a ball low and outside, as it was a bomb for Bratcher in her first at-bat of last game. She just missed one to the warning track and straightaway center. That one runs on the inside corner for a called strike, and our count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. As it was a beautiful hit by Bratcher. See if she can turn on another one and make no doubt about it. That one is popped straight up in the infield, and it's going to roll foul. As I don't think anybody knew where that ball was, as it popped straight up, landed about 5 feet in front of the home plate and had so much backspin on it that it rolled foul by the time the catcher, Ritchie, was able to pick it up. And Bratcher, you could tell, was looking, where is that ball, and then realized that it was rolling foul when she started to take off. There's a swing and a miss to Bratcher, and she'll go down on strikes for the second out of this inning, and it'll be Shelby Davis. She had a couple of walks in game 1.
Number 18, Shelby Davis.
She worked some very nice at-bats in that game as well. So 2 down here in the bottom half of the first. There's a pitch high and outside for ball 1. Jones throwing a little bit faster in this game, so that's a little bit of an adjustment for Grayson County. But, I mean, one thing about when pitchers throw faster is if you make contact, the ball will go farther. Swing and a miss. Davis late on that one. And that'll move our count here to no balls in 2, or is it 1 ball and 1 strike, or no balls and 2 strikes? It is no balls and 2 strikes. So here comes the 0-2. Inside for ball 1. Davis was 0-2 a couple of times in this game and fell behind and was able to work walks multiple times. So here comes the 1-2. Pitch low and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to the sophomore Davis. Grayson County Lady Cougars back in action again here tomorrow night against Glasgow. Swing and a miss goes Davis, and the Lady Cougars go in order in the first. Through 1 full, Bowling Green leads 1-0. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105.
Number 9, Briley.
Welcome back here to the Lady Cougar softball complex. Peyton Briley will lead off the top half of the second inning. Bowling Green leads 1-0 here in game 2 of our doubleheader. And the first pitch for Mallory Lindsay is a ball, as that one ran on the outside corner. Sam Gormley with you. From what is turning, it'll be a little bit of a chilly night here in Leitchfield at the Lady Cougar softball complex. Called strike on the inside corner from Mallory Lindsay. She did a nice job finding that pitch. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lindsay's pitch bounces and gets away from Riggs, but luckily, obviously with no runners on base, there's no damage in this. So we'll try to bring you some updates from the Cougar baseball game. They're taking on Butler County tonight. We'll try our best to bring you as much as we possibly can. The pitch is a pop fly foul, and that one runs into the trees and bounces down. Again, the fun of whomever is going to have to go and grab all of those softballs at the end of this game. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Lindsay is a fly ball to the second baseman, Kuiper. She snags it for the first out of the inning. Straight up. Got to take every opportunity that you can to be sure that you just snag it and not let it go by. And that'll be Elizabeth Ritchie, the catcher here in Game 2. And it's 1-0. Lady Purple's on top of the Lady Cougars. Lady Purple's won Game 1 by a final score of 4-2. The pitch, ball low. But again, we're going to try to bring you updates again from the Cougar baseball game. Again, if they win against Butler County tonight, they're the #1 seed in the district tournament. If they lose, Butler County's the #1 seed. So it's pretty simple. We'll have Game 2 of that pairing tomorrow at Leitchfield. Inside for ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes here to Elizabeth Ritchie. But again, we'll have that game beginning at 5:15 tomorrow from Leitchfield, Cougars and Bears. Be sure you join us, same place here on K105 Digital Productions. As the pitch is a pop fly left side, and it's going to drop into no man's land. As Bradshaw had to turn all the way around to grab that, digging for second, the tag, she is safe, getting in ahead of the tag. Looked like Kuiper almost put the tag down, but a double on the play on a little blooper gets the runner to second base by Ritchie. As it was a bang-bang play at second. Obviously, the umpire, Granville Meredith, had a lot closer of an angle than we did, but it looked really close down there at second. The batter now is Ava Bennett, and there's a ball outside. The update, though, from the Cougar baseball game. In the bottom of the half of the first inning, the Cougars are on top of the Bears 1-0. I believe Dane Hawkins getting the mound in that one for Grayson County. We'll see Mason Miller tomorrow, who's pitched very, very well of recent weeks. The 1-0 coming is a pop fly again in the infield. This time Kuiper will snag it right in front of the second base bag. She might have even put an unintentional tag on the runner at second. That's the second out of the inning here. They'll now go towards the 8-hole hitter, Nevaeh Harpool. Harpool playing in a sweatshirt. The only player playing in a sweatshirt right now, but she does have her number on her back, as she was the runner who came in as a courtesy runner in Game 1. And she will ground one to the second baseman, Kuiper. Goes down to a knee, throws her out by half a... She called her out? Okay. First I thought the umpire called her safe, but she was out, and that's the right call. Through 1 inning and a half, Bowling Green leads Grayson 1-0. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Autumn Riggs will lead off the bottom of the second inning for Grayson County. She made the last out in Game 1 of the doubleheader. When the bases were loaded, she grounded out to the second baseman. You got to believe she's wanting to tie this game up with one swing of the bat, as the Lady Cougars trail this one 1-0 against Bowling Green. Again, Bowling Green won Game 1 of this doubleheader, 4-2. And again, as a reminder, we're only playing 5 innings. Riggs off the end of her bat dribbles one to the third baseman, Bailey, who throws across the diamond for the first out of the inning. She kind of jammed her there, and Riggs wasn't able to do much with that, and that's the first out of the inning. And now go towards the first baseman, Audrey Killian. Savannah Jones again, the pitcher, and she's pumping strikes in there early on. And the old announcer's jinx hurts her out there as there's a ball low for ball one. Killian was the starting pitcher in game one. She was straddled with a loss through 4 really good innings as that pitch is behind Killian. Bounces off the backstop again and rolls all the way up the first base line. The catcher, Richie, had to go chase that one up. That's the one thing when you have the cinder blocks that are behind is that when that ball goes off, it can smack and it turns into playing pinball in a way. Killian fouls one off again into the trees, and that one plops down. Actually looks like it's going to be somewhat decent for them to go grab. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Savannah Jones, the pitcher, is now going to go down to her knee. Looks like she's going to tie her right shoe. Audrey Killian is the hitter. The pitch, way outside for ball 3. Nice at bat here for Killian. The wind in the pitch, swing and a miss. She swings at a pitch at her eyes, and sure that's not what Ted Hill wants, as that would have been ball 4 easily for Audrey Killian. Here comes the full count pitch. Fouled down the line. So we'll do this one more time. The wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Killian goes down on strikes. Jones fights back.
Up to bat for Grayson County, number 5, Marissa Riggs.
And it'll now go to Arissa Riggs to step in here for Grayson County. She had her first career home run last week against Whitesville Trinity. And the first pitch she sees is a called strike right down the middle. So again, it's 1-0 Bowling Green in this game. At the end of the first inning in baseball action, Cougar boys on top of Butler County 1-0. The pitch, swing and a miss, pitch high, and Riggs swings over top of that one, and Jones quickly adding the count here to 0 balls and 2 strikes to the Lady Cougars. Sophomore Riggs, the quick worker. Slow eephus pitch, just misses on the outside corner. That's one of those that it's almost too slow for the umpire to even pick up, and you could tell Riggs was walking up the line shaking her head. She didn't really know what was happening there. The 1-2 pitch comes outside, and that'll even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The break even is fouled off by Riggs, and we'll do the break even one more time. The 2-2. Right down the middle, called strike 3, and that is the end of the second inning. Bowling Green on top, 1-0. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Welcome back here to the Grayson County Lady Cougar softball complex, top of the third inning. It is Grayson County trailing Bowling Green 1-0. as it'll be Savannah Jones, the pitcher, to lead off this inning for Bowling Green. Jones, the lefty, in the pitch is fouled right into the batter's box. And we'll try to bring you as many updates from that Cougar baseball game as we can. They're playing in Morgantown tonight. Pop fly, right side, foul. That was a long run for, it looks like actually Allie Dotson is into the game at first base. As I missed that, as I guess Audrey Killian is out of the game. So I guess that's what it is. Dotson is at first. I just noticed that. That is a last-second change here in the game for Grayson County. So no balls and 2 strikes, pitcher on pitcher. The 0-2 high. It's one of those things that Savannah Jones, not very tall for the Lady Purples. 5'3" is what they have her listed on the roster, and that strike zone is much smaller for her than it would be for Reagan Cave. And she fouls that one off, and I think when she swung, that one came back and hit her in the face mask. She kind of had to shake her hand off on that, and that doesn't feel good. As you don't really see the batter get hit in the helmet when they foul it off themselves. Doesn't happen a lot. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Savannah Jones. Mallory Lindsay with a strikeout. And back to the top of the order we head to Tanea Bailey. As she walked in her first at bat and came around to score on a weird play. She scored after there was a miscommunication on the throwback from catcher to pitcher. You don't see that a lot. It was the Grayson County error, and she swings and lines one into left center field. It's past Jarbo. All the way to the wall, going in standing up at second base will be Tanea Bailey, and she is swinging the bat like crazy in this game. A double puts her in scoring position now with 1 down in the top half of the 3rd inning, and it'll be Kendall White. White grounded out to 3rd in her first at-bat of this game, but in her previous at-bat, which was the end of game 1, she had a home run. A no-doubter into left field. The pitch is a pop fly, center field. Riggs is a long way to get it. She will grab, the runner will tag. The throw to 3rd is a good one, but it's just a little bit late. Risky tag by the runner, but she will advance to 3rd after tagging up. And are now go to Cassidy Mason, number 16. She popped out in foul territory in her only at-bat in this game. The runner is at 3rd base, just misses on the outside corner. Lindsay, the long look in at Riggs. The wind of the pitch is a fly ball left field. This one, Jarbo is under, and that is the inning. Through 2.5, Bowling Green on top of Grayson County, 1-0. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Welcome back here to the Lady Cougar softball complex. Grayson County trails this one 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It'll be 7-8-9 for the Lady Cougars. Lauren Stevenson, America Jarbo, and Ella Gibson will be the hitters. Savannah Jones back out for Jones so far. 2 innings pitched. No hits, obviously no runs, 4 strikeouts. So she struck out 4 of the 6 she's facing again. She came in 15 strikeouts in 50 innings. So she is way over her average. The first pitch to Stevenson is high and outside for ball 1. Stevenson, the sophomore hitter for this Lady Cougar team. She's moved from the infield to the outfield. And there's a called strike on the inside corner. Typically, she was manning second base, but they've moved her out to right field. They moved Riggs into center, and they moved Kuiper into second. And there's a swing and a miss. And quickly behind in the count here at 1 ball and 2 strikes is Lauren Stevenson. One ball, 2 strikes. Savannah Jones, the wind and the pitch to Lauren Stevenson. Swing and a miss. Stevenson goes down on strikes. That's 5 strikeouts and 7 at-bats for the Lady Cougars. America Jarbo will be the hitter now for Grayson County. Trying to just find any semblance of offense. They did a great job in the bottom half of the 5th, just couldn't get the runners to cross the plate that would have won the game. And a sweeping changeup is called, strike on the outside corner. As Jones has a little bit of this, I think it's even too slow to call it a changeup. It's almost an ephus of sorts. The 0-1 is popped straight up and out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes to America Jarbo. Bouncing in the dirt, and she does a nice job watching that one. And it's one of those things with that pitch, low and inside, you're just not going to hit it. I mean, there's just no other way to put it, so might as well watch it, as there's nothing you can do with that pitch. Straight up into the air again, and fouls it off behind the plate. Jones really working with some authority in this game. Getting some new softballs is our home plate umpire, Andy Thomason. Again, the umpire in the field, it's Granville Meredith. One ball, 2 strike. The pitch is a line drive, base hit into right center field. The right fielder Harpool is quick to get over and hold America Jarbo to just a single. But that's the first hit of the game for Grayson County, and Jarbo has hits in consecutive at-bats dating back to the last game. It's now going to be Ella Gibson, the sophomore, in to hit for Grayson County. Jarbo is that runner at first base. 1 down here in the bottom half of the 3rd. Gibson shows bunt and pops it straight back into the net. Interesting call here always is, I think, with the 9-hole hitter, probably Ted Hill's thought process is Kuiper swinging the bat well in the on-deck circle for Grayson County. Rather have her swing with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Gibson shows bunt again and again, pops it up. This time it's over the net and out of play. Now it's decision time for Ted Hill. Does he keep the bunt on with 2 strikes? Because obviously, if it's fouled on 2 strikes with a bunt, it's a strikeout. I would presume he will call that off. So no balls and 2 strikes to Ella Gibson. The pitch in the dirt. Good eye. Catcher Richie thought Jarbo might have thought about running on that one, but she holds up. The 1-2. High to even up the count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Update from the Cougar baseball game through 2 full. Cougars on top 1-0 against Butler County. Again, if they win that game, they're the #1 seed in the district. Pitch low, and the count moves full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. The full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strike goes Ella Gibson. And another strikeout for Savannah Jones. And to the top of the order it goes Annie Kuiper for Grayson County. She popped out to the 3rd baseman in her only at bat. And she swings at the first pitch. Fly ball center field, and it's caught What a play by the center fielder, Kendall White. She had to go a long way to grab that one and reaches out and makes a miraculous catch, robbing Annie Kuiper of extra bases. Through 3 full, 1-0, Bowling Green leads Grayson. This is Lady Cougar softball on KHSAA. One to nothing, Bowling Green leads this one, and it'll be Ella Noyce to lead off. Mallory Lindsay in for another inning of work. The first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Noyce in this game 0 for 1, grounded out to the first baseman, as it was Audrey Killing who was playing first at that moment, but now again Allie Dotson is the new first baseman for Grayson County. So 1 ball and no strike here to Ella Noyce, and she steps up in the box and almost was going to swing at that, but pulls away at the last second. So 2 balls, no strikes. So Noyce again runs up in the box. She does it one more time and pulls away for the ball 3 here from Lindsay. A little deja vu. I believe it was a 4-pitch walk that started the top half of the 5th inning in game 1 that allowed Bowling Green to take the lead and eventually win the game 4-2. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk to Noyce. And that is not what the doctor ordered in this game. As now hitting for the Lady Purples will be Peyton Briley. Briley popped out to the second baseman Kuiper in her first at-bat in this game. Lindsay's pitch is bunted foul by Briley. Off and running was Noyce on that play, but she has to go back. Briley got the start in game 1, threw the ball pretty well for the Lady Purples. Didn't allow a hit until that 5th inning when Grayson County threatened, but straightened the bases loaded. The line in the pitch, again showing bunt, this time pulling away. And a large lead by Noyce down at first base. And I think it's one of those that her lead was large enough that if Riggs would have tried to throw down to first, she would have taken off for second and probably would have been able to get it. So it was probably a smart play by Riggs just to watch her go back. The 1-1, this time she's off, and I guess that doesn't hit her, as I thought that hit the batter. But that was ball 2, and Noyce advances to second base on a stolen base. See, I thought that hit her, which caused the ball to bounce away, but doesn't seem like anybody else feels that way at all. So that one, the umpire does kind of block us from seeing that. Fouled. And the count will move here to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The break-even pitch here with nobody out in the top half of the 4th inning. Bowling Green has a runner on second base. Again, we're only playing 5 innings here in each one of the games in this doubleheader. The wind in the pitch is a ground ball to the third baseman, Bratcher. She's going to try and get a tag and throws it away. Rounding into second base and standing, and that goes into the swamp that's down that third base line. It's probably not really a smart play by Bratcher. You almost got to get the guaranteed out there, because especially that it's not a 4 set. You got to put the tag down. You got to get your guaranteed out at first base. So that'll go a fielder's choice. Runner is safe and advances to second base on the throw. So now you've got 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out for Elizabeth Ritchie, the catcher. And in her first at bat, she doubled on a little pop-up down that third base line. And the first pitch is a ball to her. Something as that ball, when it got away, if I'm Bowling Green, I would have ran because it is in a swampy, I mean, there's probably an inch or two of standing water. They've done a really good job as there's a fly ball into right center field. That's going to drop and score 2 runs. It hits off the base of the wall. 2 runs are going to score. A play at second. She's in safely. And the Lady Purples have a 3-0 lead. Ava Bennett will now hit for the Lady Purples. Still nobody out in the top half of the 4th. The pitch is a line drive left center field. That one's going to go all the way to the wall again, and it's going to be 4-0 Lady Purples. Back-to-back doubles, clear the bases each time, and Bowling Green is jumping all over the Lady Cougars in this one. And now the question is will Ted Hill make his way out to talk with his team, or he's going to try and just see what can happen? And again, deja vu one more time as Nevaeh Harpool steps in, grounded out to second base in her only at-bat today. And she shows bunt, and it's called strike on the outside corner. But again, deja vu is kind of what we're feeling right here is Grayson County has had the one bad inning. It's been the thing all year long. And you think back to the last game. It was the top half of the 5th inning. That was the one bad inning. You think back to multiple games this season where they've allowed multiple runs to cross the plate, and that's been the difference in games for them. Ground ball through the hole on the left side. That's going to potentially plate another run. No, they're going to hold the runner at third. So runner Bennett had to make sure it got through as Davis was playing towards the left side. They left a huge hole up the middle. That was going to be a tough play, but it gets through. And you've got runners on the corners now with still nobody out in the top half of the 4th inning. Bowling Green's already plated 3. And it'll be the pitcher, Savannah Jones. She struck out swinging in her last at-bat. Swings the bat on her left shoulder. Outside, the batter is going to take second, or the runner is going to take second, Harpool. If you are Mallory Lindsay, you got to be thinking strikeout here in this situation. You can't allow this ball to hit and play, and that's exactly what it does, and it's hit into right field. 1 run will score, and they're going to wave around a second run, and in safely as Lindsay tips the ball. Plate down at second, she's out. So a base hit, plates 2. The first out of the inning is made at second base, and Mallory Lindsay went to catch that ball, and if she would have let that one go through, there might have been a play at home. So Bowling Green now leads this one 6-0. As it's now going to turn to Tanea Bailey. She's 1 for 1, walked and doubled. And she swings at the first pitch and fouls it off out of play down that right side. Five runs across the plate here in this inning for Bowling Green. The pitch, bunt in front of the plate, and it's in no man's land, and there's a base hit for Tanea Bailey. And Lady Purples are doing whatever they want in this inning. Another infield base hit on the bunt for the Lady Purples. The new hitter is Kendall White. She's 0 for 2. That gets away from the hitter. Advancing to second base and taking a hard turnaround second is Bailey on the wild pitch. Still 1 down in the inning, and the wheels have started to fall off, and they're rattling like crazy for Grayson County in this inning. 5 runs have already crossed the plate. Kendall White is the hitter, and that's a pitch, pop fly in the infield, snagged by Davis. That's the second out of the inning. Cassidy Mason will now be the hitter for the Lady Purples. She's 0 for 2. Popped out in foul territory to the catcher and flew out into left center field. America Jarbo made a nice play on that one. Mallory Lindsay trying to end this inning without any further damage. The pitch way outside. It bounces all the way around and getting into third base easily as that ball rolls all the way up the third base line. So the runner, Bailey, does advance to third. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch is a ground ball in the hole, picked by Bratcher. The throw across the diamond is in time. Bowling Green, though, scores 5. And through 3.5, they lead 6-0. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Welcome back here to the Lady Cougar softball complex. 6-0. Bowling Green has taken the lead. Addie Bratcher will lead off. As a reminder, this game is only going to be 5 innings. Both games 5 innings, and this was at a request of Bowling Green's head coach DeMont Franklin. I think probably more so because it is a school night and they're playing too. Probably just to make sure that both teams can not be up late, and I think that pitch is low to Bratcher. Another thing, I think it's testing this week too. I think it's, what do they call it, K-Prep testing. I think it was CATS when I was in school or something along the lines of that. I think that's this week, so that's probably another reason why both teams don't want to be out until the crack of dawn. Outside for ball 2. Bratcher is ahead in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes. Update from the Cougar baseball game. Again, they're playing Butler County tonight. 1-0. Cougars lead through 3, so it's the top of the first inning of that game. The pitch, called strike, low and inside to Addie Bratcher. Bratcher in the last game nearly hit a home run to straightaway center that was caught by the center fielder White, and then missed one by mere inches as that one's fouled off behind the plate. As that'll even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was to left center field and smacked off the Cougar paw. It was a bomb hit by Bratcher that she just missed by near inches of hitting a home run that would have tied the game. The break-even pitch coming is another Ephus pitch that's fouled off behind the plate. That's another thing where we have to think that the net's back here as we're right behind the plate, and also that there's this little bit of a ledge that for a ball to come back and hit us, it's got to be laid perfectly. I think we had one that almost came to us earlier this season. Popped up in the infield, and it is going to be foul. As the catcher, Ritchie, couldn't find that. And I know that I think I've even talked with Briley Napier, who has been our color analyst at times in this one, on how difficult and how much respect I have for catchers. When that ball's popped up, you have the mask on, you got to fling that mask off, and you have to find that ball in no time at all. And how they do it, I have no idea. There's no way I could. Fly ball, left field. Mason runs over and makes the catch in left center field. It was a long run by Mason. She makes the catch, though, for the first out of the inning.
Up to bat for Grayson County.
It'll now be Shelby Davis to hit for Grayson County. She struck out swinging in her last at-bat. Another update to bring you Grayson County-wise. It's a positive update as well. Cougar tennis team picks up a sweep over Meade County tonight. Boys win 7-2, girls win 6-3. It's good to hear. There's a called strike, frame job there by the catcher Ritchie to the first pitch there to Shelby Davis. And Savannah Jones is the pitcher tonight for Bowling Green. The 0-1 is inside for ball one. I do have an update here for Bowling Green fans that might be listening, a game that might be interested to you. Bowling Green defeating Greenwood in baseball action tonight by a final score of 10-1. I know we have some Purple Nation and Purple followers here tonight. So here comes the 1-1, and that's ripped into left field for a base hit. It's going to go all the way to the wall, rounding first base and going into second. Standing up is Shelby Davis with a line drive base hit. Grayson County has a runner in scoring position, as that one was ripped, wisping past the left ear of Bailey. And it'll be Autumn Riggs now to hit for Grayson County. She grounded out to third base in her only at-bat in this game. Grayson County finds themselves with their largest deficit, though. It's 6-0. Pitch is low and inside for ball one. The pitch is back up the middle for a base hit. They're going to hold Davis at third, and the throw comes wide. Riggs is going to dig for second. She's out at second base. Coming home is Davis, and she's going to be in safely. It's going to be 6-1 Grayson County. And actually, I think the ball was dropped, so I think she's going to be safe because it was dropped. So Grayson County is going to have runners in as Riggs gets into second base on the base hit up the middle. So she gets second, and then on the throw will advance to second. So she's on the throw there, and Davis on the throw will come in safely. So it's a single and the throw. Cassidy Chaffins will be the courtesy runner for Grayson County, and it's going to be Allie Dodson that will hit for Grayson County now. 6-1 is the score. And the runner isn't safe at second because the ball was dropped. If the tag was made safely, she would have been out. Aggressive base running by Riggs, and the first pitch to Allie Dotson is a swing and a miss. Dotson didn't get the start, but entered sometime in the second or the third inning. I missed exactly when that happened. But here comes the 0-1 pitch to Dotson. Cold strike right down the middle. Grayson County's gotten one of the runs back that they lost in the top half of the inning. The 0-2. Slow pitch in the dirt. Again, that little ephus that Savannah Jones throws. She's thrown it, 4 or 5 times today. And I know for me, if I was hitting, I would swing over top of that every single time. And that's a swing and a miss to Allie Dotson. That one was right past her for strike 3. And it'll be Arissa Riggs now to hit for Grayson County for the second out of the inning. She struck out looking in her last at-bat. Jones, the pitcher, 7 strikeouts for the Lady Purples in this game. Pitch is inside for ball one. Chaffins is the runner at second base. She's the courtesy runner for Autumn Riggs. One ball, no strike. The pitch, right down Broadway, cold, strike 1 to Riggs. Riggs 0 for 1, again, struck out in her first at-bat. Looking in for the sign is the Jones, and that's hit foul down the first base line, foul by about a foot. Nice job by Arissa Riggs to go opposite field. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that ball's probably soaking wet as well. I'm not sure that there's quite Lake Grayson County like there is down the third base line, but I guess it might not be a lake, but they say Grayson County's the Twin Lakes. They might have to call it the Triple Lakes because there's a little one right in there. Here comes the 1 ball and 2 strike pitch to Arissa Riggs. The wind and the pitch, high and outside. That'll even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we'd mentioned it a couple of times, right beyond the dugout, right where the grass hits down the third base line, there's standing water. Other than that, the field is in great shape, which I give the parents that help out, pitch outside, and that'll make the count go full here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. But I give the parents that help out Ted Hill a lot of credit. With the amount of rain that we've had over these past couple of days, they have made this field look very nice. And that's the only part, and that's in foul territory. The 3-2, swing and a miss. Riggs goes down on strikes, and that is the inning. Lady Cougars do score 1 and through 4 full. It's 6-1 Lady Purples. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Illinois will lead off here for Bowling Green, and she swings at the first pitch, pops it up on the infield. Shelby Davis over. 1 pitch, 1 out for Mallory Lindsay. So now go to the 5-hole hitter for the Lady Purples, Peyton Briley. She's 0 for 2, popped out to the second baseman and reached on a fielder's choice. It's 6-1 Bowling Green again. This is the final scheduled inning of this game. Grayson County would need to find some runs in the bottom half of the inning to keep it going. Both teams agreed to only play 5. And that pitch is low for ball 1 to Briley. Mallory Lindsay, 4 1/3 so far. 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. And really, other than, as that pitch runs off the outside corner for ball 2, other than the 4th inning, she's throwing the ball very well. Gave up 5 runs in that inning, and obviously, when you give up a 5 spot, that's the difference in the game. And the bats for Grayson County showed a little bit in the bottom half of the 4th. Cold strike at the knees. Make the count here to 2 balls and 1 strike. Has showed a little bit of some of the offensive movement, but really very quiet. The 2 balls and 1 strike pitch from the sophomore Mallory Lindsay to Peyton Briley, the junior, is dribbled right back up the middle. Lindsay gets out of the circle and throws on to first for the first out, or the second out of the inning. It'll be Elizabeth Ritchie to hit now for Bowling Green. She has 2 doubles tonight. A no-doubt double into center field and a little bloop double that nearly went into the triple lake of Grayson County. And that's what kind of allowed her to get into second base, as Lady Cougars almost had to fish it out. Pitch runs outside for ball 1. Not sure if fishing poles are allowed on a baseball field or not. Might need to check the rule book on that. Our director tonight, Cody Brock, I might put him up to that. 1 ball and no strike. Just fouled off. I think she just got the tip of her bat on that one. That'll move our count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. So you got 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th inning. Nobody on base right now for Mallory Lindsay. The pitch, a cold strike on the outside corner. Annie Thomason has been very consistent calling that pitch on that outside corner. He's called it pretty much this entire game on both sides. The 1-2. Fouled off behind the plate. So it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Elizabeth Ritchie, the hitter for the Lady Purples. The pitch coming from the sophomore Lindsay is again fouled off behind the plate. I think she's fouled 3 off in this at bat, and every single one has hit the same spot in the net. That one came very close to our camera there behind the plate. We've been lucky here for almost 2 years with, knock on wood, not had any damage so far. Pop fly in the infield. It'll be Dotson to snag that one in foul territory for the final out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the fifth. The Lady Cougars will need 5 to keep this one alive. Grayson County trails 6-1. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. It'll be 7-8-9 for the Lady Cougars here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. They will need 5 to keep this game alive. Again, both teams agreed to play only 5 innings. So Savannah Jones will try to finish off the Lady Cougars. It'll be Lauren Stevenson, America Jarbo, and Ella Gibson scheduled to hit here in this inning. Lauren Stevenson struck out swinging in her only at-bat in this game, and the first pitch is a called strike at the knees. Really nice pitch from the junior Jones. She's throwing the ball very well. She's going to be a good little pitcher. She's a junior, so I'm sure her senior season she's going to be expecting big things. Ground ball to the third baseman Bailey. She bobbles, she recovers, and throws out the runner Stevenson for the first out of the inning. America Jarbo will come in now for Grayson County. She had a base hit into right field in her last at-bat that she went opposite field and ripped it. In fact, her last 2 plate appearances in today, as you date back to the last game as well, she's had base hits both times up, so she swung the bat well and fouls that one off behind the plate. That's one that we thank again the net. As we thank again the net there is as that one came right back to where we're standing, we're very thankful though for that net. As that pitch is outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here, 1 out in the bottom of the fifth inning. Again, the batter is America Jarbo. Savannah Jones, the pitcher. Jarbo, fly ball. If it's going to be foul, it's a long run, and it is out of the reach of Mason. That was a long way to go for the left fielder, Cassidy Mason. And luckily, that wasn't too much further in because that would have run into some major water. In fact, it seems like that ball's actually going to be playable, too. As mostly when the balls have landed in foul territory, they've had to throw them out because they've been too wet. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to America Jarbo. Shows bunt, pulls back, and a ground ball in the hole. The shortstop Bennett throws, gets her by half a step. So the Lady Cougars are down to their final out. And to try and keep the game alive will be Ella Gibson. Gibson struck out swinging in her only at-bat today.
County, number 10, Ella Gibson.
And the first pitch to Gibson is a called strike on the inside corner. Again, the Lady Cougars need to score here to keep this game alive. Try to bring you an update from the Cougar baseball game before we get out of here today. Unless Ella Gibson can keep us going. Bottom of the fifth inning, Cougars still on top of Butler 1-0. The pitch fouled off. So no balls and 2 strikes. Lady Cougars down to their final strike in this game. Can Ella Gibson keep us going at least 1 more batter? Bowling Green leads 6-1. The wind and the pitch. Slow ephus that is low and outside for ball 1. Again, that ephus, like I mentioned, she's thrown it now probably half a dozen times, and it's almost so slow that you can't pick it up, as it's almost no fault to the umpire. The 1-2 is low to even up the count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Lady Purple faithful thought that was strike 3. The catcher, Ritchie, tried to frame that one in the strike zone. The break even. Swing and a miss. That is the ball game. Bowling Green sweeps the Lady Cougars tonight. Game 1, 4-2. Game 2, 6-1. Come back, wrap it up after this. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Bowling Green comes away with a sweep here in today's game, winning Game 1 by a final score of 4-2 and winning Game 1 by a final score of 6-1. As Bowling Green tonight, we'll give you this. We already gave you the stats on Game 1, so the Game 2 stats here tonight. The winning pitcher is Savannah Jones. She goes the distance, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 9 strikeouts. For Grayson County, the loss is saddled to Mallory Lindsay. 5 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 1 strikeout, and 2 walks. RBIs to 1 goes to Autumn Riggs for Grayson County. For Bowling Green, the RBIs, Savannah Jones had a pair, Elizabeth Ritchie had a pair, and Ava Bennett had 1 as well. Final line score for Bowling Green, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For Grayson County, 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error. Grayson County Lady Cougars fall on the season to a record of 4-19. Bowling Green improves to 4-11. Lady Cougars will be back in action tomorrow evening as they will host Glasgow. 5:30 start time of that game. That's a team that the Lady Cougars handled when they played in Glasgow a couple of weeks ago. The final score of that one was 6-1, so it should be a great game if you want to come out and cheer on the Lady Cougars in that one. We, though, will be in action at Don Leitchfield, where the Grayson County Cougar baseball team will be taking on Butler County in Game 2 of their pair of games. As we'll try to bring you one more update as we wrap this one up from that one. Hit refresh, see what we can't bring you. And the score is, drum roll, of course, technology never wants to work, is 1-0 Grayson County in the bottom of the 5th inning. So we'll be at Don Leitchfield tomorrow. 5:15 will be the start time of our broadcast right here on K105 Digital Productions. We will also be at the Cougar Baseball Stadium, Don Leitchfield, on Thursday as the Cougar boys will take on LaRue County. I believe that's a 5 o'clock start time, so we'll be on air about 4:45 for that one. We'll be back here at the Lady Cougar Softball Complex for one of the final times here this season, a week from tonight, as the Lady Cougars will welcome in Nelson County. So I'll have the coverage of that game coming next week. I think the start time for that one looks like it'll be at 5:30, so about 5:15 will be the official start time of our coverage from that one. We'll give you see if we can't do one more refresh to see if we can't get an official update from the baseball game. At the end of 5, it is Grayson County 1, Butler County 0. Follow that K105 Sports Twitter to see updates on that game. So we'll bring them to you as we get them. That wraps up our coverage, though, here tonight on a night where Grayson County is swept in a doubleheader by the Lady Purples of Bowling Green. Want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew tonight. Well, it's only one. Cody Brock, one-man show for the K105 Digital Productions crew, so give him a huge shout-out tonight, as he was your director, your camera operator, he was everything. He did it all here tonight. So for him, on a night where Grayson County is swept by Butler County, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.